When I was told I was playing the Academy, I thought it was the O2. So it's a bit of a come down for me. But I would like to thank you all for turning up for my first ever live comedy thing. Didn't realise I had so many fans, so thank you. So yeah, I know what you're all thinking. Susan Boyle has really let herself go, right? What can I say? So yeah, as I say, this is my first one. I've been to an open mic before. It was at the local autopsy club. It was a bad night for Mike. I'm waiting for you to think about it, right? I will give you a bit of lead-in time on that. I've lost my train. Thank you. So yeah, it's great to be here, and I've been crapping myself for about 3 days over this. Lifelong dream, but you know, there we go. So just get rid of a few things first. Elephant in the room, yes, I know, right? This is not my natural hair colour. So my name's Abbie, and despite sounding like I've smoked 40 a day since I was 10, I wasn't always the delicate flower you see before you tonight. So I come from Lantern Major. Anyone in from Lantern? If I was in school with you, I apologise sincerely. I was a bit of a... Yeah, anyway. So yeah, I grew up in the 1980s with all the great, strong male role models. Prince, Freddie Mercury, Boy George, David Bowie. My dad was a pantomime dame. My mum used me as a tailor's dummy for dressmaking. But luckily, I grew up really well balanced with no issues whatsoever. I'm quite grateful for that. So a lot of people ask me about my parents and how they took this whole thing in my life. And, you know, a bit of a story. I can't do a short story, so I apologise now. It will get funny at some point. There are 2 more jokes left in this set, so if you can guess them all, come over, I'll give you a hearty well done after. So like everything, timing is key, and yeah, I'd had stuff going on in my life for many, many, many years. And during the first lockdown, my dad was really ill. He'd had a massive heart attack. He was in hospital. I was looking after my mum a lot and taking her back and forth. And one day we were sat there chatting away, and she was panicking and worrying about what might happen. And I thought, this is a perfect opportunity. I'll give her something completely different to absolutely crap herself over. So I sat her down, I told her everything, and I said, look, Mum, this is what's going on in my life. And after a few minutes, she said, well, I don't understand, but I support you. I said, that's great. She said, yeah, but maybe we shouldn't tell your dad just yet. And she went on. My mum is brilliant. She went on to ask some of the most completely pointless questions ever. So with this now, does this mean you'll start dating men? I'm like, well, haven't you heard of lesbians? It's fine. It's had to change my whole approach to dating now, though. If I'm out and I see a really nice girl in the bar, the first thing I have to ask her is, do you have a gay sister? It doesn't always work, but A&E know me quite well now. But I did actually write a book last year called Abnormal. It's the story of my life and the journey I've gone through, available from good bookshops, or failing that, Amazon. Don't recommend that. I make less money from Amazon. But I did actually get to go last month to Waterstones and do a book signing, which was magnificent. I got my name in 6 encyclopedias before security got called, and I can't go back. That was number 2, for those who are counting. So my parents were brilliant. My dad, eventually, about 2 years later, he's all better. He's still with us, thankfully. About 2 years later, I finally plucked up the courage, and he gave words of wisdom and support, and he was fantastic. And once again, my mum chipped in with, are you proud of me? I kept that secret for 2 years. I was like, you have no idea. It was amazing. Work was a different matter. I spent a long time planning everything and working out. A few people knew stuff, people who needed to know new stuff, friends knew stuff. And in the end, I was like, let's just do it. So I thought, right, I'll take a week and a half off work and sort it all out. So I wrote an email and, as any sane person would do, gave it to someone else to send. And it was brilliant, so much support and everything else. Apart from a few people, there was one or two. One person to this day is convinced it's the most elaborate wind-up I've ever done. Not even I would go to that effort, to be honest. The thought of doing stand-up, when someone said I have to stand up, was just mind-blowing. I was like, don't I get a chair? And then another friend in work, when I told her, she came running over. She was like, oh my God, have you got cancer or something? I'm like, no, it's not quite that bad. But it's a bit of a change. And so, oh God, I've lost my train again. Any minute. It's all right. I'll stay further back while I can't remember what I was going to say. It's not a problem. So yeah, that's been my life in the last 18 months or so in a nutshell. And thank you for listening. This has been a really short set. I've run out of... I didn't even do a third joke, did I? Go on. Third joke. Dyslexic transvestite walks into a bra. Thank you, everyone. You've been brilliant. Good night.
Keep that clap going. As you know, stand-up comedians are one of the bravest people ever. Abbie, doubly brave. This was her first night as well. Absolutely brilliant. Go on, Abbie!